Motorcycle culture has always embraced individuality, performance, and creativity. From custom paint jobs to full-blown chopper builds, riders constantly seek ways to stand out. But sometimes, that creativity goes completely off the rails, resulting in modifications so bizarre, impractical, or over-the-top that they leave even seasoned bikers scratching their heads. These aren't just quirky tweaks. They're radical reinventions that often sacrifice function for spectacle. Whether driven by obsession, eccentricity, or just the desire to go viral, these mods push the limits of what a motorcycle should be. Buckle up, or rather, hold on tight, because we're diving into the 5 most ridiculous motorcycle mods ever made. You'll be amazed these machines were even road-tested at all. Number 5. Stretch chopper with a 20-foot wheelbase. Stretch choppers are a staple in the custom motorcycle world, but some builders have taken the concept to absurd extremes. One of the most infamous examples features a chopper with a wheelbase exceeding 20 feet, stretching the definition of rideable. Originally inspired by the exaggerated aesthetics of 1960s and 70s custom culture, these bikes often use a heavily extended, rigid steel frame with no rear suspension. Front forks can measure over 12 feet long, requiring double or even triple tree support to maintain structural integrity. Steering becomes a Herculean task, with riders sometimes having to lean their entire body weight just to initiate a slow turn. With engines like the RevTech 100 cubic inch V-twin or Harley-based 88 cubic inch blocks, they have the power, but none of the control. Visually, these choppers are undeniably striking, often featuring custom airbrushed artwork, twisted steel frames, and massive ape-hanger handlebars. But beyond their show bike appeal, they're a nightmare to ride in real-world conditions. Lane splitting? Impossible. City commuting? Forget it. Even loading one onto a trailer requires special accommodations due to its size. While they often appear at custom shows like Sturgis or Daytona Bike Week, you're unlikely to ever see one parked at a grocery store. These builds serve as rolling art rather than functional machines, monuments to the idea that more length somehow equals more badass. But in reality, they're just awkward giants with no place on modern roads. Number 4. Sound system overkill. Loud pipes save lives. But what about concert-grade sound systems mounted to motorcycles? Some owners have taken mobile audio to the extreme by equipping their bikes with full-fledged entertainment setups, including tower speakers, subwoofers, amplifiers, and even LCD screens. These systems can pump out over 5,000 watts of power, rivaling small concert venues in terms of sheer volume. Bass tubes are often mounted into custom saddlebags, while LED-lit speakers adorn every square inch of fairings and frame. At bike rallies, these audio monsters participate in sound-offs, where bikes are judged not by speed or style, but by how far their music carries. And yes, some setups are so loud they can be heard blocks away, even over the roar of other engines. Beyond the auditory assault, these mods add significant weight, sometimes hundreds of pounds, to the bike. The extra load affects handling, braking, and even suspension tuning. Fuel economy drops and battery systems must be heavily modified or include alternator upgrades to handle the constant power draw. Some bikes include custom lithium-ion battery banks just to keep the music going. All this, and the bike itself, becomes secondary to the audio experience. These machines are often parked at shows, where their owners become DJs more than riders. While undeniably entertaining, they turn motorcycles into rolling boom boxes, novelties with little regard for practicality or roadworthiness. Number 3. Jet-powered motorcycles. Jet-powered motorcycles exist at the very edge of engineering insanity and legality. The most well-known example is the Y2K jet bike, built by MTT Marine Turbine Technologies, which uses a Rolls-Royce Allison 250C20 gas turbine engine, the same type found in helicopters, producing 320 horsepower and capable of speeds exceeding 250 miles per hour. This bike isn't a joke. It's a real monster. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.5 seconds and boasts a top-end torque output of 425 pound-feet. But while MTT's version is highly engineered, other DIY variants are dangerously haphazard. Some enthusiasts have strapped retired jet engines onto motorcycle frames in home garages, often with minimal safety equipment or road testing. These jet bikes aren't just loud, they're sonic boom-inducing fire-breathing beasts. The exhaust heat can reach over 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit, enough to melt asphalt or seriously injure anyone standing behind them. Riding one legally on the street is nearly impossible due to noise ordinances and emission laws, not to mention the astronomical insurance costs, if you can even get coverage. Most of these creations are confined to drag strips or runways, where their raw speed can be safely unleashed. Maintenance is also no small feat. Turbine engines require specialized care and constant attention. While undeniably cool in concept, these bikes are more suited to science fiction films than real-world riding. They're a prime example of what happens when horsepower obsession overtakes reason. Number 2. Gold-plated show bikes. Luxury motorcycles are nothing new, but some builders have taken opulence to absurd new heights by plating their entire bikes in 24-karat gold. One notorious example is the gold bike Luex, created by Taryn Chrisman, which reportedly cost over $500,000. Every surface, from the fuel tank and rims to the handlebar grips and even the chain, is covered in real gold leaf. The seats are upholstered in hand-stitched alligator skin, while the instruments are studded with Swarovski crystals. These bikes are essentially jewelry with wheels, often accompanied by velvet ropes and displayed in galleries rather than garages. Despite being functional machines, they're never ridden, only admired. Performance-wise, these bikes are usually based on high-end platforms like the Ducati Panigale, Harley-Davidson Road King, or Suzuki Hayabusa. But the added weight of gold, which is nearly 20 times denser than aluminum, compromises performance, braking, and handling. Maintenance is another nightmare. Just polishing one of these bikes can take hours and requires special non-abrasive tools to avoid damaging the plating. They're typically stored in climate-controlled environments to prevent oxidation and wear. In essence, these bikes are the ultimate flex, not made to race, ride, or roam, but to scream wealth and exclusivity. As ridiculous as they are rare, they symbolize extravagance at the expense of function, turning motorcycles into golden trophies. Number 1. Six-wheel motorcycles. The top spot goes to one of the strangest concepts ever conceived: the six-wheel motorcycle. Some of these Frankenstein builds attempt to merge the stability of cars with the agility of motorcycles by adding multiple axles and 4 or more rear wheels. One of the most baffling examples is the Yamaha Tesseract-inspired Custom with dual rear axles and dual front wheels, though others go even further, mounting full six-wheel drive systems borrowed from ATVs or military vehicles. While visually fascinating, the resulting machine is unwieldy, overweight, and mechanically overcomplicated. Suspension systems become a nightmare, and maneuverability suffers tremendously due to the extended length and added components. These behemoths can weigh over 1,000 pounds, requiring reinforced frames, oversized brakes, and custom transmission systems just to stay functional. Most use large displacement engines, V-twins or inline 4-blocks ranging from 1,200 to 1,800 cubic centimeters. But all that power is offset by the drag and weight of the extra wheels. Turning is more like steering a boat than leaning into a curve. Riders often complain about limited articulation and reduced cornering clearance, making twisty roads almost impossible to navigate. Even parking becomes a logistical puzzle. While these mods might be built with dreams of off-road capability or futuristic design in mind, they end up as quirky engineering exercises with no clear advantage over standard trikes or quads. They're equal parts sci-fi and sideshow, and for that, they earn the crown as the most ridiculous motorcycle mod of all. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Until next time.